So after work today, take a nap, get some more chores done. What we will continue to watch and track really is going to be that atmosphere. Trace of rain for the majority of the area. However, some of my friends up to the north, you did get some rain, and we're going to break down those rain totals coming up here in the next 15 minutes. But really, it's been about Storm Tracker 2 tracking that front right now as we speak, pushing through the Houston area, bringing air. You can see this long line of thunderstorms for places like Atlanta. And what we're going to continue to watch is it's going to be a bright, sunny day for the most part. Those temperatures going to be down just a little bit compared to yesterday. Our friends in Dallas right now, 62, Austin, 70, while we're sitting pretty right now above average at 71. Hour by hour shows you it's all about the sunshine today. By 3 o'clock, we'll be at 84. But yeah, that humidity is in the forecast. It's sticky again. However, a little bit later on this week, we're going to have some changes. In fact, take a look at your morning low for Monday. We're sitting right now at 60 degrees thanks to that front. So you might want to dress those kiddos in layers as they start their work week. By Friday, those morning lows will be back at 70. So enjoy the fall-like temperatures, at least the morning lows. We all know those afternoons are still going to be hot. And when is our next chance for rain? I have all those answers coming up next on that radar behind the scenes. But overall, that's not going to be the story for us. That really was those overnight areas and areas to the north. What we will continue to watch and track, especially living in Houston, is going to be all about those allergies. Ragweed is still high. Mold's moderate, grass low, tree low, but ragweed is still going to be another tough day for you, and it's going to be sunny, so a lot of you will be outside. Now, again, it's all about this front. You can see it right here as it pushes through that Houston area, bringing that opportunity for more severe weather, thunderstorms. You can see it right here from the coast, right near Florida, up into Atlanta, all the way up into those northern areas. They're going to continue to watch and track that chance for severe weather. But for us, you can see radar is nice and quiet. And again, not everybody got rain yesterday. The majority of you got a trace. However, that's why we always say rain for some, not all. Today I said the majority of the people Saturday got a trace of rain, but some folks up to the north, they did actually get that rain. Livingston, more than 1/10 of an inch, but other places you can see close to 2 inches right outside of our viewing area. And some of our places just north of Huntsville, they got close to an inch and 1.5 inches. So again, it was those northern areas that got the rain. Otherwise, you were outside doing the chores, enjoying your weather. Now, talking about the weather, again, Dallas is now at 62, while Austin, you're at 70, and right here in Houston, we're at 71. That front already pushed through. They already had those thunderstorms yesterday, so they're already slowly starting to feel those cooler temperatures. Being hyper-focused on what it feels like right now as you head out. For my folks in Spring, you're at 74th, Woodland 72, and Pearland. Right now, you're at 74. So we're waking up in the 70s. But as we plan your day, you can see we're going to stay in the 80s. So in fact, today is going to be a little bit cooler compared to yesterday. Yesterday, we had those feels-like temperatures, that humidity, and it was feeling like 95. You can see right here, we're still going to have some humidity, but that's going to go down throughout the day. Our high, looking at 4 o'clock, we're going to be at 84. So we're going to stay in the 80s today. That's the good news. But look at Monday as we get thinking about tomorrow, getting those kiddos ready for school. Average morning low is 63. But look at Monday. We're waking up, it's going to be 60. So it's really going to feel like fall, something we haven't really been able to say. Now, I'm going with fall mornings, summer afternoons, because again, we're going to be right there above average. We'll be in the 80s. That's why I'm saying for kids, let's dress them in layers. Definitely Monday and Thursday. You can see that right there on your screen. As you wake up on Tuesday, we'll be at 68. And yeah, by the time we get to Friday, we're waking up, it's going to feel like 70. So it's going to be all the way in sleeves. You're going to want to dress in layers. On Monday, I got some exciting news to tell you, but thank you so much for waking up with us. As we take a live look outside, you can see right now we are tracking dry conditions, and that's really going to be the theme for us as we continue on the next couple of days. So looking at this, the front pushed through, and we're like, all right, well, what happened? We did see some thunderstorms and more severe weather just outside of our viewing area. However, some folks up to the north, you got some rain, and look at these temperatures. You can already feel the change. You can see it right there on your screen. Up to the north, you can see that 5 to 6 degrees difference. Even Pearland, you can see 6 degrees chillier compared to yesterday. So temperatures are going to be cooler. It's going to be nice for you. We're still above average, but these temperatures, thanks to that front, are going to start to dip a little bit lower. Bush right now, 71. Huntsville, thank you again for watching. You're at 68. And Katy, right now, we're looking at 70. Hour by hour, you can see those temperatures. We're going to stay right there in the 80s. So we are tracking this morning a little bit more humidity, but that's going to continue to go down as we continue to get some wind gusts coming from the north. So those temperatures right now, you can see feels like will be 83, and that's really going to be that 2 to 4 o'clock. But for context, yesterday, those feels like temperatures were 95, so you're definitely going to feel it. But man, coming up in the next 15 minutes, we're going to talk about those morning lows because, yeah, I think it's going to catch your attention. In fact, the weather story for us really has been this. We've been watching and tracking this front. You can see it right there on your screen. So it did bring some rain to areas up to the north, but it's going to drop down our temperatures as right now you can see from the coast of Florida into Atlanta all the way up into Ohio. What they're watching and tracking right now is that line of thunderstorms and severe weather statements that have been issued as that front pushes through. So we'll continue to watch all the areas on the East Coast as we continue to see those temperatures drop. You can see really it's going to be just north of I-10. Those temperatures right now 5 to 6 degrees cooler. South of I-10 not as cool, but still, those temperatures are going to feel a difference in that. So we will continue not only to watch really going to be those temperatures, but even yesterday, the theme was a trace of rain for some, and we actually hand tracked that for you live 24 hours ago, but it wasn't a crazy amount. But that being said, you can see those areas up to the north and some areas outside of our viewing areas to the north really got that rain. But for us, Livingston got more than 1/10 of an inch, while other places got close to an inch. So we will continue really to just see those temperatures drop, at least those morning lows. And for our friends in Dallas who did see some thunderstorms the past couple of days, you can see 62 for them. Austin, 70. And for us in Houston, for the most part, we're at 71. So we haven't felt the effect, for the most part, of that front. It was a cooler, weaker front, so it wasn't like something dramatic, but we will start to feel the benefits of that. Yesterday, we had a lot of humidity, so those feels like temperatures, we were hitting 96. Today, that humidity is going down. We're going to start to see those winds come from the north, opposed from the coast, and with that, we'll have lower humidity rates. And you can see those feels like temperatures from 12 to 4, we're going to be right there in the 80s. Now, with that being said, what we will watch, because we could see those wind gusts really start to pick up from the north of 20 to 25 miles per hour. So we're still watching and tracking fire risk. So looking at Houston, you can see the blue areas, you're moderate, while other areas to the left of me, you can see low. But we will watch that for you as we look at